Hello, this is Christopher Chesterman with Liberty University. The year 1930. The discovery of American intelligence papers from the Revolutionary War. The impact, insights into the complexity and intricacy of George Washington's espionage network throughout the colonies during the Revolutionary War. While there's been a great deal of scholarship, analysis, and interpretations of these documents, less has been done on the British side of intelligence gathering. So the question from my research was, how effective were the British? What factors played into the level of their effectiveness? And in my research, I've discovered that British intelligence efforts during the Revolutionary War were limited by their opinion of spies, a lack of networking, as well as many other hindrances throughout the continent, such as consistency, reliability, and applicability of their intelligence. For starters, they had an institutional bias against spying. They didn't feel like they were as relevant to the military goals and objectives that the army was trying to establish and didn't think they could be fully trusted. Also, they adhered to a formalized process even when they were in doubt. A Frenchman named Crevecoeur was able to be released from a British prison because he was accused of being a spy, but on investigation of his papers, he had documents sympathetic to the British cause, and so they let him go, even though he'd been known to associate with American patriots. Furthermore, John Andre, he was captured because he was told that he was supposed to come ashore at night and then go back to a ship at night. However, guards prevented him from going at nighttime, and so he stayed too long and he ended up getting caught and executed as a spy. Furthermore, it was recommended that non-British people be given passports for safe travel within the British ranks, so they have documents proving they are on the British side. Also, British espionage shortcoming was narrowly focused. Most of the intelligence efforts were regional, like in the South or New England. It wasn't throughout the continent. And the term was also used mainly for reconnaissance activities. Like I sent out spies to scout the location of the camp and they came back an hour or two later. They weren't really spies, they were doing recon, but that's how they use the vocabulary. Furthermore, they relied on colonists for information, prisoners of war, people they come across after they invade a village or take the people prisoner or what have you. So that information is not really as reliable as you would like. While that is a standard practice and you should get the information you can, it's not as reliable, and that's what the British used a lot. Furthermore, the Americans had deterrence to British intelligence efforts as well. The Loyalists were a minority throughout the colonies, and there are many judicial proceedings on the grounds of treason for any hint of sympathy for the Loyalist cause. Even if there was no evidence, there was a constant fear of being prosecuted in the middle of a war. Civilians were still being prosecuted for Loyalist activities, and there was constant fear of being discovered based on your political leanings. Furthermore, the Americans lured Loyalists into getting captured by pretending to do something else. Like one Colonel Fanning was asked to go join a raiding party for Indians, and he made known his loyal sympathies, and so he was put in jail. Live and learn. Furthermore, Benjamin Franklin used information about Parliament's olive branch petition to encourage the French to do the alliance. So that actually sped up the alliance process, and they got that alliance agreement to the Continental Congress before the olive branch petition was able to arrive. So the Americans were able to use British intelligence against them. Furthermore, the British methods involved lots and lots of money. They used poverty as a means to exploit needy patriots. For instance, George Bancroft was given a payment of £500 down and £400 per year. This was from Director William Eden through Paul Wentworth, the intelligence director. And this was a standard procedure. So a short-term gain, but as long-term loss regards with the money, and especially after losing the war. Furthermore, the British command structure was extremely centralized. They had too much information going to one location. It just wasn't effective. The information could not be effectively scrutinized, and it was not organized very well. Although there were some organizational efforts later on in the war, especially with General George Clinton, it still did not stop the barrage of information, and everything went to him. Everything went directly through the chain of command. So there were no branches off. There were no intermediaries that could gauge the information and the quality of it. And so, in short, the colonial networks thus spread rumor as swiftly as information. The advantage that General Gage had was the quality of the information he obtained, but it was often out of date by the time it reached him. So, therefore, The colonists were just better at both getting information and preventing the British from having information in time. Thank you.